It's the 24th of July, it's week 33, and wow, what another magnificent day in Cape Town. I mean, seriously, these lies about this rain in winter are something that these Cape Townians need to tell the rest of the world about, because the weather has just been magnificent. Now, I've got a big week, I've got a lot, I did a hell of a lot this week and a lot of lessons to be able to share with you. The first one is what my computer finally got to the stage, and I took it to the nerds, the dialer nerd guys. They formatted my machine for me, and the frustrating thing is that, you know, when you pay peanuts you get monkeys. I took it to a guy in January. He told me there was a problem, he wanted to format my whole machine, and the nerds guy told me it was simply a little virus that he could clean up in literally a couple of minutes. And if I'd done that, if I'd paid right away to go to the right professionals right up, I would have saved myself a hell of a lot of time, a hell of a lot of effort. But anyway, another lesson learned, job done. The nerds got it fixed for me, so I would highly recommend them. The next thing was the clarity document. Hannes and I have a lot going on at the moment, a lot of business synergies that we're doing, but we needed to sit down, and Hannes asked me to write down a document, sit down and write a document so that I had clarity as to exactly how I thought we should work together and how we should go forward. And I really thought that would provide a great framework upon which Hannes and I could have discussions so that we had clarity and we had a clear and common vision going forward. And so I did that this week, took a hell of a lot of time, but at the end of the day it really helps one with regards to focus and understanding exactly what it is we want to achieve so that we can work together in a combined effort to actually get it. The next thing was I dealt with my partners in America, a gentleman by the name of Mitch Rousseau, who's one of the guys with regards to Tony Robbins and Chet Holmes. And one of the ways that I've created businesses, I've explained this to a lot of people who've been on the Wealth Creators University, is that I like to find problems and then I find solutions. So what I do when I deal with people is I go and sit down and I understand what it is their problems are, and then I find solutions. And so what I did with our big client, the estate agency, one of the top in the country, I sat and I understood their problems. I then phoned up Mitch in America and I tried to understand what the solutions were that are available so that we can find a solution. I think we're very, very close to cracking this so that we can provide them with an awesome product or service that is basically going to literally change their business, taking the best of what we've got to give them the value that they really, really want. The next thing was a life coach. I've mentioned to you I'm working with my life coach. She's an expert in what they call adult children. Now, what an adult child is that you have to grow up very quickly when you're young. And what that is, there's huge benefits because it makes you very responsible. And literally, and from a very young age, I was very responsible, in charge of money, in control of business and destiny. But what it also does is it also makes you, when you're older, you can often sometimes be like a child, and there's certain characteristics and things that affect your belief system and possibly what they call upper limit problems that actually hold you back. So although I've had tremendous success in my life, there's parts of me that are not content and not happy with what I've achieved and my belief systems and my upper limits. And I've been working with my life coach to understand these, to be able to, so that I can push through, I can take myself to the next level. It's very much what Hannes teaches with regards to the power morphing and some of the resistor processes. And I suppose the best way to describe it, we're working on some of those resistors, some of the big ones, so that I can explode and go shooting out the other side. But you know, life coaching is so valuable to be able to deal with someone who can take a fresh approach and help you from the outside. The next thing I did was with my Business Breakthroughs Africa website. They've now done the first version. I spent the whole afternoon going through it, literally snagging it so that I can have it perfect, exactly how I want it. And I sent that back to my guys in India. It's really a phenomenal system. They're awesome guys. They get back to you very timelessly. Everything you ask for gets done quickly. And I'm telling you, this is really the solution for your IT, so that you can go out, you can create websites, you can get them as good as you want them, and it can have the best of SEO and everything else. The next thing for me was the implementation of the Double Your Sales and the Tony Robbins products. You know, Hannes and I with the Double Your Sales are adding so much value, and me with the Tony Robbins set are adding so much value to clients. It's just been phenomenal, the feedback we get. You know, in property, it's not often you get referrals because there's so many things that are out of your control, things that go wrong with the property and people aren't happy. But with this system, people are just so happy. You get such positive affirmations consistently about how much value you're adding. And you know, literally people phoning up their friends and saying, you should talk to Scott. He really can add a lot of value. And it's so positive, and you know that you're making such a difference in people's lives. And I know, and I've taught this in W Sales, that that is one of the keys to being successful in the 21st century. Then, with all that positivity, there's also the negativity. My old company that got liquidated, we're constantly going through issues with PAYE, with VAT, with old employees, and literally it's a constant uphill battle dealing with that negativity. And you know, it can be consuming. I spoke to my business partner about it just the other day, and he said he's just had enough. It's been going on now for 2 years. But you know, at the end of the day, it's what you focus on in life that will get your attention. I tend to try and avoid it. What I learned from Hannes is to compile it, to deal with it in certain times, so that it doesn't surround me and over empower me all week. It's literally, and what Hannes gave a little good advice is literally do it on a Friday, and when you finished it, take the rest of the weekend off, so you look forward to getting it done. The last thing was the inspiration, and literally on Friday morning, literally popped open 4 a.m. in the morning. My mind was racing with ideas. I couldn't sleep, and I literally thought my big client that I've been working on literally since October, I came up with so many great ideas. I literally got up, went and sat in front of my computer and wrote them a proposal, and I believe that we've now got to the crux of the solution that is going to change their value, change their business, add massive value to them, and give them that edge that they're looking for. I then spent the weekend working on the blueprint for our W sales. This is Hannes Dreyer's system to literally take a business from a level 1 to a level 7. It's a very comprehensive document. I wrote about 150 pages, and literally what it does is it takes you through the entire thought sequence of the business, how you're going to position it, what is the message that you're going to get across. It's an incredibly powerful document. I literally worked till 2 a.m. on Sunday morning because I was determined to have it finished by Monday for Hannes, so that we can work and go through and literally be able to start implementing that with where they're going. And then the last 2 things, on Saturday morning, I took myself out of the comfort zone. I went to an improv lesson. I've actually asked people with regards to public speaking, how you get more in touch with your emotions, how you engage people better. And they said, go along to an improv class. Now, as you can see, I love talking and I love communicating, but acting, people, you know, give you something that you've suddenly got to act. You've got to show emotion on the stage. I was seriously out of my depth, but it was lots of fun. I laughed hard. And you know, they always say, if you put yourself out of your comfort zone, you're going to explode through to the next level. You're going to learn, you're going to grow. So what could you do? Because I've already used the stuff that I've learned, and it's been really, really powerful, and I'm definitely going to be doing more of that. And then lastly, how atrocious were the Springboks? I mean, really, guys, they are, you know, I'm such a passionate rugby supporter, but I just was not impressed with that display. And some people say it was a B team. I had a gut feel we were going to win, and we just didn't come through. So anyway, that was the weekend. So a bit of play, lots of work, but another very productive week in getting towards my power goals. And as always, I'm writing down my goals every single day, 7 days a week, all 15 goals, and they are keeping me very focused on what is important, what do I need to get done. So till next week, with this amazing evening, amazing view behind me, I think it might be time to go for a paddle on the ocean. Cheers.